Hey everybody, me again, Shannon Practical Paracord. Today's video, we're gonna be slinging at a pretty tall silhouette, y'all. Pretty tall guy, you know, almost Goliath size. But check it out, y'all. Got a silhouette with a little point system. You know, got it off Amazon. They're real cheap. You get like 5 of them for like $7. You know what I'm saying? So something y'all can do would be fun. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? But we're gonna get 30 feet away, you know, because I was always told when you're shooting a gun, a handgun, you want to be able to hit a headshot at 30 feet away easily, you know. So 30 feet away, I'm gonna be slinging. Slinging isn't as accurate, but we'll just see what kind of points we can score, y'all. On the scoreboard, I don't think there's no points for headshots, but we're gonna have the headshots just as good as a bullseye, y'all. And at the end, I'm gonna give y'all a few slinging tips that might help you if you get in a slump, y'all. Let's go. Ooh. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm gonna try to use some smaller rocks, put some speed on it, even though I haven't threw yet today, you know. And just throw 10 rocks and just see if I score anything. Let's get it started. You got away with that one. Oh. Yeah, that's a 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta keep track. Took off his wrist. Headshot. Oh. I gotta turn on the camera. All right, shot number 5. Ooh. You got lucky with that one, y'all. Oh. A big 9 center mass. Try to knock his block off, y'all. 3 more shots. Oh. Ah! Took the head out with the last shot, y'all. All right, just look at it real quick. So that's a 7, 9, and split his dome, y'all. So 7, 9, and a 10, 16, 26. Not too shabby. That's the first time I play with this thing. I just wanted to see, came out actually pretty fun, you know. I'll do a little slinging a little later on. I just want to get this out the way. Just get out the way midway, okay? So, when it comes to slinging, I'm trying not to repeat stuff I already said, okay? But 9 out of 10, when you're throwing, whether it's an angle like this, angle like this, angle like this, you're either gonna let go too early, gonna go one way, or too late, gonna go the other way. And sometimes that's the problem. You know, it's like, it's always one way or another. And when you start singing, you kind of find within yourself how to counter out that balance, you know what I mean? And with that being said, whenever you come across that problem, it's all about thinking about where you let go, right? When I'm throwing, and I can feel it. It shot that way, I let go over here. It shot this way, I held on too longer. And in your mind, you see right, you see left. In your throw, think about the angle is letting go right here. You want to let go right here. Especially with these new slings that I got, the hybrid sling, they have a real fast release. You know, so if you throw something like, say, a Paracord sling, an all-natural, traditional Balearic sling. To the new user, everything is you're gonna pull everything. You're gonna let go of everything too late. You gotta really acquire how early you gotta throw. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying also kind of goes to that, but with these hybrid slings, you do that, you let go real early like you would do with a Balearic sling, and everything's going this way now, high right. But instead of thinking about throwing too late, think about throwing at the target or throw straight. You know, one thing I like to do is, like, when I'm really off, I think about trying to touch the target with my finger. Like, you know, like I'm trying to take the end of the sling. I'm thinking the sling is a big, long sling, and I'm just trying to touch it. Which all I'm trying to do is to get y'all to go forward instead of thinking high and left, you know? It worked out so much better in my head, but I feel like I'm just rambling right now. But just think about that when you're slinging, you know? Think about going straight. Since that didn't come out too good, let me give y'all another one, which might be repeating myself, but I just don't know how to say it, okay? We're gonna try this in slow motion. I'm gonna try this in slow motion, okay? And this is pushing off your thumb, pushing with your release cord forward instead of letting it loose after, okay? So this is how I started off throwing. When I started off throwing, I thought I had to, like, take my weight and pull it out the pouch. I actually had a video talking about the pull, you know, which it still works. With the pull, you will have an angle on it, which will make you adjust high or low, like we said earlier. If you're throwing a curve, you actually have to let go over here to curve it in, okay? Now, go through that again. I don't know how it's gonna look in slow motion, but that's how I would say most people probably start off throwing. I could be wrong. But now, this is how you throw if you want to throw it straight. You push with this, all right? So, I don't know if you noticed, but it's more like I'm throwing like this. Instead of like, instead of like that. I'm trying to over exaggerate it. Because even if I throw, I mean, kind of throwing like that kind of gives it the same feel when you think about this with the single throw. But, you know, I guess with the spinning, I bet you the spinning has a lot to do with it. Because when you're spinning, the ball's kind of rolling and you kind of want to roll the ball out. But instead of letting it roll out, push it out with the front sling. Try a front face. What I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it pulling the ball out instead of pushing the ball. All right, here's a pull out. I'm pulling the ball out the pouch. Alright, now I'm pushing it out the pouch. And pushing it out the pouch. Pushing it out the pouch lets you be more, it lets you feel more like you're throwing it with your arm. You know, you don't have to let go so loose or so heavy with a sling. Because a heavier sling, a lighter sling, you have to adjust. And with a lighter sling like this, adjustments is a lot less. Editing Channing here. I'm gonna be real quick, but I want you to notice the wrist angle from over the top, or as I say, a pull compared to a push, and also look at the release point. There's different release points for different type of throws. I just wanted to throw that little bit in there for y'all because I noticed while I was editing. Back to the show. So with that being said, let's try to get 10 more rocks. See if I can get a better score than what that was. 7, 9, 16, 26. See if I can beat 26. All right. 10 rocks, see what I can do, y'all. And you know what? Since we did that, this is what I'm gonna do. The first rock, I'm gonna pull out the pouch. Over exaggerated, messed it up, but that's what happens. That's what happens. I'm gonna try to push it out the pouch. A lot straighter, a little high right. All right, pull it out the pouch. Next shot, or should I say collarbone? That's a 7. And honestly, my little nephew Jace, I pitch to him sometimes, right? And that's the ultimate. You're an ultimate pitcher with a sling, because you can throw it, push it out the pouch, straight as fastball you got. And sometimes it'll have a little screwball to it. And then if you want to go old school, you can slow it down and throw that curve, mess them all up. All right. What is it, rock 3? Push. Stick out his wrist, that ain't nothing. Push. Ooh, that's an 8er, baby. 7, 8. All right. I like to push it out the pouch, so that's the rest. I'm just trying to throw straight and fast. Oh. Come on. 2 more shots. Oh, that's an 8. I mean, it's hot. Oh, well, that was actually 2 7s and an 8, 14, 22. So actually the first round was better, y'all. And, you know, just to round it off, this was another big point I wanted to say in your release, right? Your wind up means a lot. Your wind up means a lot. Okay, because a lot of times you don't wind up enough. You get so excited that you just kind of throw it and you don't slow down. The way I pitch, I need a wind up. I pitch kind of like a baseball pitcher, you know, but I even see it in other throws, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't wind up, you might throw faster over here and you steal that left and right. But if you do wind up and you throw right here, because that little extra time is going to bring you from here to here. And I think that would help a lot, you know. And no matter, I'm not good at imitating other slingers' throws, but if just the thought of it, I think it's a good way to think. I think it'll help a lot. And one last thing is think of that back leg as a coil, right? You know, you want to wind up, you want to spring off of it, you know. And that also helps slow down the throw, which should bring it in there, you know what I mean? Even when you're winding up and you're just throwing too slow, that means you went too far on the other side. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because I fall into it all the time. I was swinging and boom, before I know it, I threw it over there and hit the ground. But anyway, y'all, targets, pretty cheap, it's pretty fun to do. You know, it'd be a fun little internet game we can do. Just throwing it out there. Down South Slinging tournament, still gonna be popping. Everything's starting to come together. I hope it works out. Anybody watching this, I invite you to come. You know, emails in the description, hit me up. If you got any questions, suggestions, or whatever. Hope y'all like what y'all seen today. If y'all did, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend when you do. Tell them that notification bell.